Hey, welcome back to yet another video in the LightMAYker series. I am so glad that you are watching along with us, and if you haven't seen the other videos yet in the series, go back, watch them. They're only a few minutes long each, and I would love to hear your feedback on them. I love reading your comments and hearing if you guys have any ideas for future videos you want to see. So this series is really just me riffing onto things that tend to come up for me in my life with my one-on-one clients that I work with, and in some of my workshops. So today I want to talk about love, because love is your only job. And this is something that I see a lot with people, because a lot of the clients that I work with one-on-one are either new entrepreneurs starting their own wellness or spiritual heart-centered business, or they're still working in a 9-to-5 and kind of at that point where they're not sure it's working for them anymore. They've started perhaps a spiritual practice, they've cleaned up their diet, they're kind of transforming their whole life, and now it kind of feels like perhaps that job no longer fits in. So if this is you, perfect, serendipitous that you are watching this video. But even if it's not you, I think it's a great reminder, even for me, whose entire job is pretty much based on being a giant beam of light, right? And helping others be the light. It's always a good little reminder to remember that your only job is to be love. So at the end of the day, I think a lot of times we whether we have a spiritual job or we have a regular job, we get into this place where we're like, I need to get there, right? I need to be in the next place. I need to, if I'm starting a coaching practice, then I need to have X many clients, or I want to have so-and-so Instagram followers. Or maybe it's, if you're at a regular job, you're like, oh, I need to make this much money, or I need to, be able to work from home 3 days a week, or whatever these kind of like things that we put up. I need to write a book. And at the end of the day, while, as you can see, if you've watched some of my other videos, or you've, coached with me, or you watched my love-based business workshop, which I'll include in the links below, because if you're listening to this and you're really vibing with it, that's probably a great workshop to watch. Is that we get caught up, and I'm all about, I'm fine with setting goals, and I'm like, let's be intentional, and like, let's, get clear about what our ideal life and our ideal work situation would look like, for sure. But then there is a bit of surrender on the day-to-day, where you have to remember that your highest job, right, your highest job here on the planet is to be love, or is to be the light. I use those interchangeably. It is our responsibility. If you're watching this video, you're a light worker. You're on a path for a reason. You're raising the consciousness of this planet, regardless of whether or not you work at Starbucks, or you work at a law firm, or you are a yoga teacher. You being a conscious individual who cares about, spreading this love and spreading this joy and waking more people up to what's possible for their lives, right? To the peace that's possible and the love that's possible. We need to sometimes take a little bit of a chill pill, right? And remember that our highest job is just to be love. So while maybe right now I'm saying, okay, well, I'm promoting, I'm getting ready for a book launch, I'm launching a new amazing website that I can't wait to tell people about, I'm, working with some clients one-on-one. That's all great, but in every moment, my job is to be love. So it's, am I being love when I'm answering my emails? Am I being love when I'm talking to the barista to get coffee in the morning? And am I being love, to my friend who's texting me about a situation? Am I being love to my mom who's calling me to remind me for the 7th time about whatever it is, right? Am I really being loved? Because that's my number one job. And it's through really showing up in all those instances that we are lifted to those greater places, that the clients do come in, the book does get written, and everything starts flowing a lot more easily and a lot more from our heart, and we know where to go and we know who to talk to. And that's when the magic really starts happening for us, right? When we're truly committed to showing up as love in all those small moments. You know, when we're in the meeting, and there are so many instances I'm sure that I can think of, you can think of, where, you know, maybe you didn't realize who you were talking to you. And the way you handled that conversation really actually made a great impact on whether or not something moved forward in your life or didn't. I can tell you for certain there have been many of times where me just being kind to another human being without realizing, oh my God, actually that person is a writer for Shape magazine who remembered me being just a kind individual and intrigued by me as a person. And then, you know, told some people at Shape about me, and I ended up getting a video series on Shape a couple years ago, you know, and it was because in a situation where I was just showing up and being the light and being the love, and, you know, not necessarily showing up and being the light and being the love because I was trying to be strategic about getting something, because that's when something becomes transactional, right? When you show up and every little person that you meet along the day, you're being the light, you're committed to being the love, that's when the magic happens, right? And it's through that, then we meet these people we don't even realize who we're talking to, but because we're so in that space, and it goes vice versa. I'm sure you've had instances, I know I have, where, you know, I had this happen to me where once I was at a launch party for a new, like, healthy brand, and the founder of the brand, who I didn't know who he was, came up to me, and because, you know, the way he approached me, I felt like maybe he was hitting on me or whatnot. But you know what? It kind of made me in a weird space, and I didn't handle it well. I really wasn't being the love. I wasn't being warm, and I wasn't friendly, right? And then I found out later that he was the founder, and I felt terribly embarrassed of myself and how I had acted, right? Because of some, you know, assumption I had made, perhaps about his agenda. And I think it's just a great, you know, it's a great reminder for all of us, wherever you are, wherever you're at in your job. And I remind a lot of my clients right now that perhaps they're still working that job on their way to transitioning to another job, or, you know, are waking up but still in a job that maybe isn't spiritual. Hello, life is spiritual. So every job is spiritual. You know what makes it spiritual? You showing up and you being the light, right? You don't have to be a spiritual coach to be a massive force of light in this world. In fact, we need more light workers in 9-to-5s working for big corporations. We need more light workers in the government and, you know, in law firms. You know, we need us everywhere. We're needed everywhere. So, you know, whatever you do for a living, your highest job is to be the light. Your highest job is to just show up as a stand for love in every moment of your life. And I hope this was a good little reminder for you. Watch it as many days or as many times as you need to. It helps us all. And I think a little tip I will say is that it helps to set perhaps little phone alerts with this, reminding yourself at different points of the day, hey, be the love, be the love, be the light, right? Ain't no shame in reminding yourself about that. We all need a little love tap sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please share this. I'm particularly passionate about this one. Share this everywhere. Everybody needs to hear this. Like this if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Watch all the other LightMAYker videos. And comment below. Let me know how this helped you, or if there was, you know, a big aha you had from it. And I'm going to include the link to a love-based business workshop for just $1.99. I made it super cheap because I wanted it to be super accessible. This workshop is for you if you are at that point, if you're either wanting to start your own heart-centered business and, you know, thinking about taking those leaps to start, or if perhaps you've already started it and you're ready to take it to the next level. For $1.99, it's cheaper than a cup of coffee, and I've had people literally tell me that they learned more in this hour and a half than they did a business goal, which is pretty wild. But yeah, so check that out and comment below. Thanks so much for being with me. Bye, guys.